Hey, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Britton.
Since 2011, Buckethead has released 290 albums in his Pikes series, and we're going to listen to them
3 at a time.
This is Getting Head.
Welcome, bot slugs, head getters, friends, and bucketheads. This is episode 51.
51, baby.
51 of Gettin' Head, a Bucketcast.
That's half of 102.
It is.
Yep.
I actually wrote a joke down for this, but I don't have it right here. But let me see if I can remember it from memory.
Yeah. What do we got?
In the mid 2000s beef between 50 Cent and Ja Rule, who was the victor? Well, 51.
Fucking joke.
Hey, you son of a bitch!
Yeah, wow, thanks.
Right.
Wow, we're really thriving today. That's great.
Yeah.
We're here. It's raining outside.
It is.
It's great to be back.
A rainy Seattle. It's finally fall here.
Finally fall, which is really nice.
No, not for me. Hate fall.
I mean,
I like scarves. Hate fall.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I got a scarf right here. I'm a fan of a scarf. I'm a fan of a warm drink on a cool day.
Yeah.
What I'm not a fan of is being really cold.
Yeah, same here.
Which it has been kind of cold.
Yes, and we be skinny boys.
Yeah,
like a Slim Jim, long boys, skinny boys.
Yeah. And, Slimothy
Slimothy Jamestown.
Okay.
The Slimothy Jamestown.
All right,
massacre.
let's get right into it. We got to talk about the new Limp Bizkit song. Because that came out. Limp Bizkit made a new song.
Released it today. Although technically they kind of released it. They played it at Lollapalooza.
Is
the last song when they were just handing out a whole bunch of Limp Bizkit t-shirts, which I am told were all printed on
Gildans. Yeah. Of course they're Gildans. Well, I mean, a band shirt, if you get a band shirt, it has like a 96% chance of being a Gildans shirt.
And I hate that. I will literally, I will pay like twice the amount of money for a shirt if it's like canvas. Or
canvas is so nice.
Canvas are nice.
We're not talking about the material. We're talking about like a shirt company called Canvas.
Yeah.
That makes some incredible shirts. So I have a Thou shirt that is printed on a canvas blank, and it is the most comfortable shirt I own. It is so soft and so nice. Like, it
Canvas
is
are really good.
Yeah.
The upper echelon Anvil ones are actually pretty good. Hanes are pretty good.
Yeah.
And some of the
I have a Hanes one. I have a long sleeve shirt from a local band called Zoth.
Zoth is sick.
XOTH. If you're listening, they're a cool tech death band from Seattle. And I have a shirt a long sleeve from them that's printed on a Hanes blank, and it's also one of my favorite shirts. It's extremely comfortable.
Some Fruit of the Loom's pretty good. Yeah, there's some good shirt brands out there. Gildan is everything they make. even their like high tier stuff is fucking garbage.
Yeah,
and it's like they designed the shirt around people who just like don't exist. I've never met anyone that's shaped like a Gildan shirt.
Also, Gildan's quality control is terrible because every Gildan shirt fits you differently.
Yeah,
every single one. Like there was like barely any consistency to the sizing of those shirts.
They probably just get them from like a million different factories in the fucking like Southeast Asia.
Yeah, but like the quality control is so bad. Yeah, like, they're not the same.
It's fucking garbage.
It's like look, Starbucks is kind of garbage, right? But if you go to a Starbucks in Cleveland, Ohio, and you go to a Starbucks in fucking Japan, they're going to taste exactly the same.
Yeah.
You know, but Gildan, they're not on that level. They're on a sad and shitty level, which is terrible. Yeah. Anyways, Limp Bizkit put out a new song. I think it was like yesterday or the day before. I think it was the day before yesterday it came out. Anyways, it came out. So, Britt, what do you think?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's it's like a very much a hip hop song. You can't hear a ton of influences from like the string playing members of the band.
I mean, well, Wes Borland's there with the riffs. The riffs are there.
They're there.
And they're
there.
solid.
And they're cool. They're kind of back in the mix, though. They're not like the driving force of the song. The driving force of the song is very much just like the underlying beat and then Fred Durst.
Yeah. I mean, what's wild to me about it, I liked it, by the way. I thought it was pretty good. The wild thing to me is that it sounds exactly like what I would expect a Limp Bizkit song in 2021 to sound like, which is crazy. Because, like, I heard it and I was like, yeah, this is what you want. Really, I guess, with Limp Bizkit, there's heavy guitars, there's like dumb and fun. That's what Limp Bizkit is. It's dumb and fun together.
Yeah, and like they've it seems as though in their music they have totally like eschewed the whole aggressive vibes that they've had and that they've been criticized for, and have gone more for, I mean, their music's still kind of aggressive, but like the lyrical content is non-aggressive now. For sure. And it's very, it is aged like Fred Durst has aged, and now it's kind of just, like yucking it up, and he finds a way to find the balance between still having the same kind of attitude and rhythms of their former material, but now it just doesn't have the same violence to it, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it remains to be seen. We haven't heard the full record.
True.
Right.
True.
But I like what I'm hearing so far. It's not bad. Yeah. Why are we talking about Limp Bizkit? Well, because Limp Bizkit's important.
Honestly, here's the thing, though. I don't think it is that much different from their previous record released in 2012, Golden Cobra.
It is not that different, no.
It's not that different, although that record fell flat as fuck. No one liked it or listened to it, but it's kind of the same thing. It could have been a track on that they just never released. And
it could be like maybe it could be a track from Stampede of the Disco Elephants, Britt.
It could be.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Britt, I have something I've been very excited to talk to you about.
What's this?
And I texted you a little bit about this earlier. I was like, Britt, don't look at my Instagram stories. I'm working on something to talk to you about. Because we had a conversation the other day. A conversation that got me thinking.
Okay.
It got me pondering a very, very important topic. And that is, who is goth?
Okay.
So
I saw your first one in this series, and I answered it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I asked my followers on the internet a series of questions. And by series, I mean 2 different questions.
Yes.
The first question and the first game that we're going to play is goth or not goth.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you the subject matter that I gave to Instagram, and you need to guess, Britt. Okay. Did the internet say that this is goth or not goth?
So here's the thing. Here's what's going to make this very difficult. Is you're probably going to be talking about a lot of different artists that the artists themselves, the persons behind the artists are goth. However, their music is not.
Sure. Well, I mean, so that's the case for some of these artists. And some of these artists are not in any way goth at all. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
What does the internet think?
Yeah. Fair,
right?
Fair.
Because I want to know. I want to know what the people think about this stuff.
Right.
Okay. But you're right. It is a complese question. There's a lot of variables.
Right.
But, we're just going to roll with it. We're going to see what happens, okay? 1 second here. Okay, so the very first one that I asked the internet, and really what sets the tone for the whole vibe here, goth or not goth, Marilyn Manson?
It's an interesting question.
What do you think the internet said?
Oh, the internet definitely said Marilyn Manson's goth.
The internet said you're incorrect.
Really?
Not goth. Won 71 to 29%.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently you were followed by a lot of goths like me who are like not really goth. Like I wouldn't consider him. So let's do 2 things. What the internet thought and what I think.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, definitely not. No.
Okay. Sounds good. We're going to move on. There's a lot. There's kind of a lot of these. We're going to go kind of quick, okay? Next up, Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode. What I think?
No. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Depeche Mode. What I think? What the internet? Yes. What the internet thinks? Yes.
You are correct.
Mm-hmm.
Depeche Mode, 78 to 22%.
Yeah, and so a lot of gatekeepers think they're just like goth tangential, but
Nah.
they're so formative.
They're so essential.
And they are essential to every single goth night playlist I've ever been to.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid...
And also, like... Come on, like EBM wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for Depeche Mode. So many EBM mates are just trying to be Depeche Mode.
Yeah,
you're like,
exactly.
come on,
and
come
like,
on.
Yeah, like you want to compare like how many people have like gotten people to goth through Depeche Mode.
Oh yeah,
versus Susie and the Banshees, who are legitimately goth.
Yeah, they are. But Depeche Mode is. I think they're more influential to like what the genre became in the '90s and beyond.
Yeah. They're like KMFDM.
And there you go.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Next up, Korn.
Korn. Internet says they're not goth. I think they are borderline goth.
I think they're borderline goth too.
But they're not.
I'll be honest. They're not.
I'm going to say no.
They're not.
No
and
no.
Yeah.
But I think they're borderline.
Yeah, I also don't think that they are goth, but I do think that they're almost goth.
They're good. I mean, if you're like... If you put them in a goth playlist, one of their songs, I'm not going to be like, no, depending on the song.
I don't think anybody would be like, no. Like, that's the thing. They're one of those bands that, like, people who are goth like a lot of people who are goth like 100%. Korn.
Yeah.
You know? So, I don't know. Anyways, internet says no, not goth. 21% to 79%.
Interesting. Same ratio as Marilyn Manson, yeah?
No.
Or was that 29?
Actually, it's not the same as any of the ones so far.
Okay.
Next up, Death in June.
Death in June. Definitely not.
Mm-hmm. What do you think the internet said? Goth or not goth?
I'm going to say it was kind of close probably, but I'm going to say it was a no.
Wrong.
Really?
The internet overwhelmingly says 76%
really?
Goth.
Okay. That is something... Death in June... No one in the goth community really embraces that, unless they're a racist. They did play gothic rock in the 80s, but they've been neo-folk for 30-some years. Like,
what the fuck is neo-folk? Is that just like a dude with an acoustic guitar and somebody hitting bones together? Is that kind of shit?
It's that, but honestly, like, so a lot of it is that, or like, you know, now neo-folk is kind of like a lot of like one guy with a sampler and then another guy with acoustic guitar.
Okay.
Yeah,
there still could be bone samples.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So
you're not wrong.
You're not saying bone samples couldn't exist.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It's just like now neo-folk has moved on to sampling bones instead of use because they're like
physical.
I keep on breaking my fuck. I don't have enough money for bones for this tour, so we should just get a fucking pad or something.
Yeah,
man.
I mean that makes sense. That's logical.
Trigger the bones. Wow.
That's the name of the episode.
Trigger the bones.
Why are we here? Because we're here. Trigger the bones. Trigger the bones. Oh, this is cursed. There's nothing more cursed than your Russian president. Okay, next up is one that I think is really important, and that is the store Hot Topic.
100% goth. If there are less than 100% people saying yes, they are gatekeeping bitches, and they are not part of my goth scene.
All right, so you're saying the internet said Hot Topic is goth?
I'm going to say that. I'm going to say it was pretty split. God, the thing is, I don't know your followers exactly. Like, I know what my followers would say. I'm going to say it's pretty split, but it's going to be no.
The internet says Hot Topic is not goth.
To what? What's the ratio?
39 to 61%.
Okay, I thought it'd be a little bit closer, but that's about right.
I think that
I think
personally,
I thought it would be like a 55 to 45.
Yeah, I think the internet's wrong. I think Hot Topic is goth as fuck.
Hot Topic is the goth. Like,
so here's the thing. I don't care what the gatekeepers say. Hot Topic is entry level goth, and it's essential for that.
And straight up, like
so many people get exposed to like subgenres because of that place. Like,
and honestly,
I think it's important.
Where the fuck did you buy your cyber goth stuff in 2001?
Yeah.
Before the internet was a big thing to buy. Like, you seriously.
Yeah.
You bought all of your original goth stuff. If you're an old school goth gatekeeper who's saying it's not, those motherfuckers on your like 32 to 40 fucking demographic, you sons of bitches, it's goddamn goth, and I will fight you.
I should have asked about Spenser's gifts. I didn't even think.
Oh, Spenser's gifts.
We'll have to do a round 2. We'll have to do a goth or not goth round 2 next week.
Okay, I'm totally okay with that.
Okay, so next up, Cradle of Filth.
Ooh, the internet is going to say no, and I say no, but they are goth tangential, definitely.
You're correct. Internet says not goth, 55 to 45%. I say
was pretty close. I'd say that's a decent ratio.
Yeah,
goth to not goth.
I mean, like it's one of the more controversial ones, and like I can see why.
And also,
I can see a valid argument for either answer for that one.
Like, and what's more goth than the Jesus is a C-word shirt?
Yeah.
It's pretty goth.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking goth. Okay, the Xenomorph from Aliens.
90% goth.
You're very close. 81% goth.
That's a super goth thing. Like, I mean, like the whole, at least the first Alien movie is so fucking goth. It's unreal.
Pretty fucking goth. I would also agree. Next up, we have Danny Elfman from Oingo Boingo.
Proto-goth, but no.
Incorrect. And Oingo Boingo is goth as fuck. Danny Elfman is also goth as fuck.
Proto-goth. Very proto-goth.
Britt, he wrote and sang the music in fucking Nightmare Before Christmas. Are you going to tell me there is something more goth than that?
Yeah, there's a lot more things goth than Nightmare Before Christmas.
I don't think so.
Nightmare Before Christmas is, I mean, that's the most mall goth thing you can possibly be.
I have never met a goth that was not, like, at least a little bit of a simp for Nightmare Before Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I don't simp that movie at all.
Yeah, but you're late stage goth. You weren't goth when you were like a teenager.
That
you
is
became
true.
A goth as an adult.
That's true. I grew into my goth.
If you were a goth when that movie came out, you would still simp for it.
Yeah, but like, I mean, how many like 9-year-old goths are there? Like, come on, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's a good point.
9-year-old goths only exist in sitcoms.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's sick. I like the idea of a child goth.
I feel like there's really been like lots of sitcoms.
I guess
with
Wednesday Addams is the most child goth I can think of.
Yeah, Wednesday Addams is sick.
Next up, Captain Jack Sparrow.
Ooh, that's difficult because like his makeup is 1,000% goth.
It's extremely goth. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say the ratio is gonna be about split between your female / homosexual followers and not, because if you're into makeup, you're going to be like goth. If you're a makeup goth, if you're a sparkle goth, you're going to say yes. That's going to be, I'm going to say that's going to be a no, 35 to 65.
Not far off, 29 to 71. Internet says no, not goth.
I mean, definitely border-ish, but not goth. It's definitely not goth.
Yeah. I would say not goth, but it's definitely one of those ones. Though. Definitely one of those ones that's like on the spectrum.
If he was all in black with that makeup, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Totally.
Like there would have been an early like goth renaissance.
Totally.
If
they
he was
had
all
made
in
him
black.
more goth, like they could have.
But Tim Burton didn't direct the film, so
exactly.
If Tim Burton directed one of the Pirates of the Caribbean,
it would be very.
I would
goth,
actually be on board.
You'd be a pirate goth, possibly.
I have the accessories.
Yeah, you could be one. Next up, Health, the band.
100%. I mean, not 100%. I'd say yes. 70 to 30.
Yes, 58 to 42.
Closer than I thought. I mean, they're one of those bands that, like, I mean, basically only people who listen to other goth music listen to.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's why a lot of people were like, but that's one of the ones I was curious about because, like, I don't know. I don't know what the people are going to say about that.
Right, and like, honestly, like, there's a lot of similarities between like them and Youth Code, but everyone considers Youth Code goth, and I don't know why.
Huh? Okay. All right. Next up, Immortal, the band.
Oh, that's hard. I mean, black metal's not goth.
I know it's not, but you look at their look and you're like, oh, their look is so goth.
Because
like,
the thing about them is they are camp black metal.
Indeed. Yeah, and that's why I chose that band.
And the fundamental difference between black metal and goth is taking yourself way too seriously.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, and so like, and they don't take themselves seriously, so they are definitely like on the borders of goth. They're one of
definitely
the cooler dumber black metal bands.
Oh, Abbott is amazing, and I saw him. Did you go with me to that show?
I didn't know.
Oh my god, dude, he was so good, and he was so like campy on stage. He was just like making goofy faces and like being a goofball the whole time.
He's one of those professionals where he knows what he's doing so well to where he can just like fuck off.
And he was just like dancing around, like just being a goof, and he was amazing. Like it was a really fun show. His band was really good. They were awesome. Yeah,
I'm gonna say it was. It's gonna be a no, but it's gonna be pretty close, 60-40.
Yeah, you're pretty close. It was a no. Internet says not goth, but 43 to 57.
That's about what I thought.
Yeah. Next up, Ministry.
Yeah, Ministry's goth, 100%.
That's what I think too.
Yeah. That's what I think. I think Internet probably says it's going to be kind of close, but yes, 60-40.
Very close. 55 to 45. This was actually probably
That's really close.
This was the most controversial
That's
one here.
That's surprising, honestly.
I know, yeah.
I feel like you might get a similar ratio if you put up either 9 Inch Nails or like Death Grips or something that's like.
I almost put up Death Grips. I didn't. I'll save that for round 2. But yeah, that was one of the ones I saved a picture of the band, and I was going to put that one up, and I was like, maybe next time. But yeah, that I'm really curious to see about that one. But yeah, I think Ministry is goth. The Goth Girl from NCIS.
100. If it's less than 100%, you need to go through every single one of those motherfuckers and block them. Block them because she is the goth.
Yeah. She invented goth.
The goth.
Yeah.
Capital T, capital H, capital goth. All right.
Yeah, she invented goth. You're hearing it here now. The goth canon invented by the girl from NCIS. I'm going to guess
you have like 20% of people who voted on this who have no idea what they're talking about and said no. But it's going to be an 80-20. It's going to be...
So, yeah. Little bit more contentious than that. 62 to 38.
Okay, 38%. I'm going to walk out of here. I'm straight up. I can't take this, dog. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Not. It gets a little bit more interesting, so we have a bit more to go through.
There's nothing more interesting and disappointing than that.
It remains to be seen.
Furious.
I mean, I also
they
agree.
Will feel the fucking fury.
Next up, Type O negative.
Yeah, Type O negative is goth.
Definitely.
100% of the women who voted said yes. Because 100% of women want Peter Steele's cock because he has that real goth cock.
Yeah.
100% goth cock.
Yeah. That's the name of the episode. Definitely.
I'm going to say... oh God, I was so surprised by the Goth Girl from NCIS. So I'm going to say it's got to be around there, like 65 or 70 to 30 or 35. Yes.
I mean, partially correct. Internet says yes, Goth, 81 to 19. Really strong.
More so than I think Goth Girl from NCIS?
One thing I will tell you this one is the biggest landslide of any of them so far.
Interesting.
Actually, I take that back. This is the biggest landslide outside of one other one.
Okay.
But anyways, up next, we lastly, as far as the goth or not goth, Travis Barker.
Travis Barker is definitely not goth.
I'm
going to say the internet doesn't think he's goth, and for some reason it's going to be a dumb ratio, like he's going to lose by only like 10%. It's going to be like 40 to 60.
Incorrect. Internet says not goth, 81 to 19%.
Oh, thank God. Okay. So, wow, the same ratio of people who think Peter Steele is goth.
Correct.
Interesting.
It was probably all the same people that voted exactly the same on that one.
21%.
Anyone who listens to Type O Negative is going to look at Travis Barker and say no.
Yes, and going to look at Peter Steele's cock and be like,
yes.
Slurp.
So, I asked the internet a follow-up question.
Okay.
And that is, who is more goth?
Oh, interesting.
Between two different people.
Interesting.
We're going to get this started with Al Jorgensen from Ministry or Captain Jack Sparrow.
Uncle Al versus Captain Jack. I mean, let's be honest, like, Captain Jack is definitely stylized after Uncle
I know.
Al, right? Uncle
That's
Al
why
has
I
been
picked
dressing
him.
like
Yeah,
that since
totally.
like the late 80s. Definitely Uncle Al.
Yes,
and it's going to be 60 to 40.
No, 73 to 27.
Okay.
But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Who is more goth? Goth Girl from NCIS or Jack Skellington?
Whew.
I know, that's a humdinger.
Because Jack Skellington himself is like, I mean, that's
goth royalty right there.
I mean, he's no like, fucking Gomez Adams.
Oh, yeah.
But Gomez Adams is the gothest motherfucker of all time.
He's incredibly goth, yes.
I'm gonna say, whew.
So this one was the one that I got the most like messages from, of people being like, "Holy shit, I don't know what to pick here."
Yeah, it's going to be close, but I'm going to say the internet voted Jack Skellington 58 to 42.
You're almost exactly correct. Yes, Jack Skellington is more goth, 60-40, even split.
I disagree. Fundamentally.
Yeah, I disagree too. I would say Goth Girl from NCIS, personally.
Dude, Jack Skellington doesn't own a single fucking pair of Demonia boots.
I know. Right?
Yeah.
Which makes him less goth.
So much less.
So much less goth.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So much less goth.
Yes.
So I agree. Is also somebody in the message requests got mad at me for constantly referring to her as Goth Girl from NCIS and said, her name is Abby.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm definitely not responding to that.
I was
comment.
actually thinking of actually like mentioning her name, but I'm like, no. She is Goth Girl from NCIS is her pronoun.
Exactly.
That's her pronoun.
Yes.
It's not she, her. It's Goth Girl from NCIS.
It's Goth Girl / NCIS right there. It's in her profile.
that actually might be the name of the episode. Goth Girl. My pronouns are Goth Girl / NCIS.
It's beautiful. All right, next up. Who is more goth? Mortis or Sephiroth from Final Fantasy?
Wow. Honestly...
This one was like definitely another close one for sure.
Dude, that's too hard. I'm gonna go with. The internet probably said Mortis by a slim margin, but I think it's Sephiroth.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah. So it was 59 to 41. One of the more contentious ones for sure.
Yeah, Sephiroth. It was just slightly. Yeah.
All right. Who is more goth? Carrie King or Violent J?
Definitely Violent J.
Definitely.
And
Violent J, yes.
that's what the internet says by a pretty big margin, I'd say.
Yeah, agreed. 34 to 66%.
Yep. Yeah.
Who is more goth? Nick Cave or Daniel Filth?
Danny Filth?
Yes,
Daniel Filth.
Daniel Filth.
Daniel Filthy McNasty.
Yes.
I'm sorry, wait, who was the first one again?
Nick Cave or Danny Filth?
Nick Cave by a pretty large margin.
Agreed, yeah, 74 to 26.
Yeah, Nick Cave, I mean, like, the birthday party is, like, proto-goth royalty.
Yes, indeed.
Big recommend. Y'all should listen to them and watch their videos. They have a bassist who dresses up like a gay cowboy.
Well, that rocks.
Like they have their bassist is just like a misplaced member of the Village People, and it's amazing.
That's wonderful. Speaking of goth royalty, whoa, that was a big one. Who is more goth? Chino Moreno, the singer from Deftones,
No,
or Aaliyah from Queen of the Damned?
that's pretty difficult. I'm going to say, I mean, Aaliyah from Queen of the Damned is personally. Your followers are going to say Chino by like a 65-35 margin.
Almost exactly correct, except in the inverse.
Really?
Everybody says
awesome.
Aaliyah 67% over, or sorry, 63% over Chino 37%.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with that ratio.
Okay. All right. Now, who is more goth? Joker 2019 or Joker 2018? Or sorry, 2008. Joker 2008 versus Joker 2019.
Wait, 2019's Leto, right? No. It was at 2017.
So, so 2019... Yeah.
Oh, no, okay.
So it's Joaquin Phoenix Joker or Heath Ledger Joker. Who is more goth?
Oh, that's difficult.
I know.
Oh, it's actually not that difficult. Joaquin Phoenix is a lot more goth. However, you missed the most goth of them all. Jared Leto is by far the gothest.
I know
of any Joker.
We're not
Cesar Romero's close.
Cesar Romero's very close.
And actually, I could make the case that Nicholson is also a pretty goth Joker. I mean, he's more of a pastel goth, but yeah, I can make the pastel goth case for Nickleson Joker. I'm gonna say the internet actually probably went opposite me and went for fucking the dead dude. Heath Ledger.
So you're correct. 68 to 32%.
That's wrong.
Heath Ledger Joker is more goth.
What's more goth than sleeping in your refrigerator?
I can't argue with that. You can't. That's the only scene I have seen from that film, and like I can say for sure it is super goth.
That's the most goth thing that's happened
in the fridge
in any superhero related film ever.
Extremely goth. I feel very seen by that. And speaking of seen by that, this is the last Who is More Goth, and it is one that brings me a lot of joy. Who's more goth? Papa Emeritus, the vocalist from Ghost, or Papa John?
Well, here's the thing. There no longer is a Papa John because he lost custody, so it's just John now. So John, or honestly, you found the two least goth motherfuckers in the universe.
I'm very proud of this.
I'm actually going to say Papa John by a slim margin.
So Papa John by a landslide.
Really?
Actually.
I agree with that.
That one brought me a lot of joy. Like, a lot of people were like, this is just too good.
Like, Ghost... I mean, if you're listening to Ghost and you're not listening to, like, Merciful Fate or King Diamond... You're wasting your fucking time.
I know, right?
You're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah. Everybody that pitches me on Ghost, I'm like, dude, just go listen to fucking Merciful Fate, man.
Someone already did it better and cooler and is still out there doing it better and cooler, and they're like 65 years old.
Exactly.
Exactly. Fucking, like nothing in Ghost has ever done has ever been as cool as one Andy LaRocque solo.
That's beautiful. Yeah, no, I completely agree.
I
completely agree. Yeah. Somebody dropped Andy LaRocque in the comment sections of one of my memes, and I was like, "Oh, this is a real motherfucker
We're friends
right here."
Now.
That rocks. Okay, one more.
Okay,
one more. And we're ending this. Goth or not goth? Buckethead.
Who? I think Buckethead is goth as fuck.
Agreed.
Buckethead is 85% goth to me. The internet said he's 65% goth.
Internet says Buckethead is goth.
Yeah, they do. What's the
52 to 48%. The most controversial one.
Wow.
Yes.
No, Buckethead's goth.
Yeah, Buckethead. You heard it here. It is now canon.
Yeah.
Buckethead is goth.
Yeah. Buckethead is so goth.
Hell yeah.
Like, who has more foundation on than someone that's just wearing a straight up white mask? That's the gothest shit you can do.
It's pretty fucking goth.
Super goth.
Yeah, goth all the time. Especially when he has the white bucket, too. Very goth.
Super goth. And when he's wearing the fucking full body coveralls, goth.
So goth.
Industrial goth.
Yeah. Speaking of Buckethead, can you hit us with a bucket fact?
I would love to hit you with a bucket fact.
Bucket fact, 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 bucket fact.
All right, today we are going to go over the history of Buckethead and the number 13.
Oh, okay.
As we know, 13 shows up a lot in Buckethead albums, especially the Pikes. In that May 13th is his birthday. He's a big fan of Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's in the corner of every single Pike, except for, like Pike 13.
Yeah, it's 13 cents, right?
Yeah. It's every single Buckethead Pike says it's 13 cents on the cover, even though he's never sold them for 13 cents.
That is true. Yeah,
that is fine.
That's fine.
It's fine.
You get a pass for that because you're goth.
Yeah, straight up. Goth pass.
Yeah.
That's like, it's a lesser race card.
He gets the goth pass. He can call someone else goth.
Yeah, there you go.
He's allowed to decide who is goth. That's what the goth pass is.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. 100%. But so 13 appears in a ton of his albums in a ton of different ways. So I'm just going to go through them as quick as I can. You can ask questions if you want, but I might not stop for you.
Okay.
All right. Colma has 13 songs. Monsters and Robots, the original has 12 songs, but the Japanese version has 13 tracks. Coincidentally, the Japanese additional song, track 13, is called Remote Viewer Number 13.
Oh.
On the album Funnel Weaver, in the liner notes, it says it is part of Bucketheadland's 13th anniversary celebration. Electric Tears has 13 songs. Mm-hmm. On the album Bucketheadland 2, the first track, Welcome, is exactly 13 seconds. The liner notes also mention it is the 13th anniversary of Bucketheadland. Mm-hmm. The number 13 appears on the backside of the album on Buckethead's face and also on the left side of his face. Mm-hmm. On Island of Mines, the album has 13 tracks, and the CD artwork has 1313 printed on it. On Kaleidoscope, the album is 13 tracks. Even though there is one last secret song on track 13. On The Elephant Man Alarm Clock, the album has 13 tracks. In Search of the box set contains 13 CDs. Pepper's Ghost has 13 songs. Acoustic Shards was announced on May 13th, Buckethead's birthday, and released on the 31st, which is in inverted 13. But
I like that. That's kind of it's a bit of a stretch, but it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Decoding the Tomb of Banshee Bot has 13 songs. The album From the Coop was announced on February 13th. Albino Slug has 13 tracks. Slaughterhouse on the Prairie has 13 tracks. A Real Diamond in the Rough. The album with a touch of Big D on it has 13 songs. Album Forensic Follies has 13 tracks, and the CD cover has several number 13s on the inside white section of the cover. Needle in a Slung Stack has 13 tracks. And, of course, 13 is in the corner of every single Pike.
Wow.
Buckethead was also born on the 13th, and so people celebrate Buckethead Day on every single Friday the 13th.
I love that.
And that's the history so far of Buckethead and the number 13.
Bucket Facts.
We listened to 3 more Pikes this week.
We did indeed.
Pikes 151, 152, and 153. Fog Gardens, Carnival Cutouts, and Whisper Track.
Yeah.
Respectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a tour de force.
Yeah, it was a tour de shred.
Really. Yeah, a lot of shredding this week. We're back to shredding.
We are back to 3 consistently shred albums, I'd say.
Yeah, but they're still like funky. Like a lot of these.
Yeah.
So, Pike 151. Very funky. Like a lot of like stuff that makes me. It's like bum ba bum ba bum ba bum 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 ba bum. It's like that kind of stuff. Yeah. A lot of that. But with a lot of like shredding over it.
The first 2 tracks, first half of the album, actually more than half, especially since the second song was 19 minutes long.
Second song, the title track, is the best song on the record, though.
Yeah,
like it's the most diverse, it's the most interesting, and it was definitely probably my favorite overall song of the 3 we listened to this week.
Yeah.
I think that really is. It's like peak Buckethead. It's just like him being weird. Doing a little bit of each of the things that he likes. It's fun.
I mostly agree with that. The last 2 tracks on the album kind of switched up the mood a bit.
Yeah.
They were much more like stadium rockers.
And they were much simpler songs, too.
Much more like, sounds like they could be like GNR throwaway songs.
They really do. That was one of the first, that was one of the first things I thought about. And I was not as big a fan of those songs as I was the first 2.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, overall a pretty good album. First 2 tracks, definitely the best. I actually think I liked the first track, Ice Eclipse, a little bit more than Fog Gardens. Yeah. Because Fog Gardens was just like 19 minutes long. And although it was a fairly diverse song, like, it's really hard to get me to fucking care about 19 minutes of continuous music. Unless you, like, just split it up into 5 seamless tracks, and then for some reason I can fucking follow that.
I think you're paying too close attention. I was taking a shower when I was listening to it, and I was just like kind of grooving.
I sit there and like actually take like pretty meticulous notes on the music and what I liked about it and didn't like.
And then I was taking notes too, because like I had my phone right there and I was like tapping out some stuff in the notes, set the phone down, and then like scrub a dub. It was time for my weekly shower. I only take a shower once a week. I realized this.
That's disgusting. That's gross, dude. Especially since you wear like the same shirt like 2 or 3 days in a row. Like
2 or 3 days, Britt.
Yeah. Oh,
those are rookie numbers, dude.
Was that a very conservative estimate?
Britt, the shirt that I wear at work, the shirt that's like my uniform. Yeah. I wear that shirt 5 days a week for 40 hours. And the last time I washed, I only have one. They give you 3, but I lost the other 2, so I only have one.
Cool.
And the last time I washed that, I want to say it was maybe 6 months ago.
You can just ask for new ones. I don't think
I have, and they won't give me more.
Cool.
It sucks.
Awesome. Don't you love working for like an incredibly rich company?
They actually will give me more. I just have to bother them more about it. But yeah, it's a problem. I want to wash it, but the thing is if I wash it, like I have to remember that I'm washing it, because I can't like wake up in the morning and have forgotten to put it in the dryer, because then like I won't have a fucking uniform for work. So it's just stressful, and it's like I don't like the responsibility of having to like remember to put it in the fucking dryer.
I like how your big hang up here is like, I can't wash my shirt because I can't remember how to do laundry.
Yes, exactly.
The process of laundry, of a 3-step process. You take the clothes to the wash. To
the wash, yeah. You put them in the wash. You put the stuff in there.
Yeah.
You turn it on.
I mean that's all the same step.
That's okay, sure, yeah.
And the second step is putting in the dryer.
You got to put it in the dryer.
And then the third one is taking it out of the dryer.
Yeah.
Literally just 3 things.
But there are things that can go wrong. Okay, so you need to understand a couple of things. Firstly, my building, the way that it works is the laundry room is at the bottom of the building, right?
2 floors.
I have to go all the way downstairs, and then I have to go outside.
Okay.
And then I have to go down the stairs and then go into the laundry room. It's a whole thing. I have to walk outside to get to the laundry room. It's terrible, especially when it's cold out. Okay. But that's fine. It's fine. Here's the problem, right? Sometimes the washing machine, there's something wrong with it. Sometimes the washing machine won't complete a cycle. So you turn it on and you do it, and it'll just stop some point during the spin cycle and just be filled with water.
Yuck.
And then you go down there and then you just have to start it again.
Okay.
So that's the thing that can go wrong, right? That can interrupt the flow. The other thing is, like, if you film... Okay, I know this because I hate doing laundry, so like I don't want to do 2 loads when I could do 1. But if you fill up the dryer too full...
So then you're the opposite of Metallica. So they did 2 loads.
Yeah, they did 2 loads. That's great. So did I last night. Okay, so if you fill the dryer too full, it doesn't dry. Like, it doesn't... And then you have to run it again. So then, like, that's when you run into the circumstance of, like, you go downstairs in the morning to grab the shirt out of the dryer, and then it's not dry. And then you have to wear a wet shirt to work.
Oh, no.
Sucks.
Oh, no.
I'd rather wear a stinky shirt than a wet shirt. So that's where we're at.
The duality of man. You have the stinky shirt man and the wet shirt man. Which one?
Indeed.
Which one are you, Spenser?
There are only 2 types of people in this world.
Ah, yes, the 2 genders: stinky shirt and wet shirt.
Yeah, my pronouns are stinky/shirt.
Okay. Anyway, so Fog Gardens.
Yeah.
Pretty good album.
Yeah.
the back half of the album, super stadium rocky, which is fine, but just a lot of soloing over like GNR type riffs, and that's
I'd say like this has got to be, it's got to be in the arcade at Buckethead Land. This has to be on the playlist for the arcade of Buckethead Land, just because of the type of music that it is. You get those really simple stadium rockers, and you get the like funky shreddy stuff, both of which I feel like are a soundtrack to video games or amusements.
Okay, interesting. I thought it was more of like a concession type music.
Okay, like I could see somebody making kettle corn to this. Okay, for sure.
So what I thought is it goes to like an ice cream stand, right? But they sell like the ice cream cones drumsticks. Yeah, but they're shaped like chicken drumsticks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that'd be tasty.
Yeah. What if they were shaped like drumsticks, like actual drumsticks?
It'd be hard to form ice cream into that.
Like Vic Firth, like BAs or whatever. What's a drumstick size?
Like 5A or
something. 8. I don't care. 8. There's a B8. No, that's a Sabian. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of a Sabian B8. That fucking ride that like every goddamn drummer in a shitty death metal band has. Yeah. Or shitty black metal too. Like the Sabian B8 has
is that the one with a big bell that just is annoying?
Yeah, and it's like really big. And it's like the thing about the Sabian B8s is like they're ubiquitous and they're also like indestructible. And so they're very cheap. Yeah. So you see those in a lot of shitty bands. Pretty good. I remember watching this black metal band, local black metal band once, and their drummer was playing a kid that he had all the Sabian, cheap Sabian cymbals. And I was watching them, and at one point during the show, somebody grabbed one of those big trash cans, that they use at shows, and put it on the vocalist, and then he continued playing the show while he was in the trash can.
That's pretty fucking cult.
It was so cult. It was extremely cult. Metal, yeah. The only thing that could be more black metal than that is like being in a toilet, I think.
Yeah, or I was actually going to say if they like bullied him and picked him up and put him in the trash can, that would be the most black metal thing, because everyone who listens to black metal has been bullied.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how you get to black metal. Especially NSBM.
That's like you were bullied a lot, and you're also simultaneously really into Baldur's Gate. Yeah, and then like
I was bullied by the inferiors.
Yeah, and then it becomes very quickly problematic. Speaking of problematic, we got to talk really quick. The fucking Instagram removed a post that I made that was literally just a screenshot of a Twitter exchange between a guy and Varg Vikernes. And this guy was like, Varg, are you aware of Bofa? And he said, no, what's that? And he said, Bofa Deez Nutzed.
Which is objectively fucking hilarious.
It's objectively amazing. Like, Varg Vikernes needs to be Deez Nutzed at all possible occasions. Like constantly.
He's dumb, and he needs to be trolled.
Yeah, and so I posted that screenshot on Instagram, and they removed it citing hate speech or support for hate organizations. And I was like, I agree that Varg Vikernes content should be removed, but also
this is Bofa Deez Nutzed.
Yeah, but he got Deez Nutzed.
Yeah, which is like an honorable thing to do. Truly,
like the person who did that will die and live on in Stovokor.
100%.
Yeah, no, he is a brother of the Hall.
Yes,
100%.
He does not have to leave the Hall.
No,
even if he's not into metal.
Yeah, for sure.
Deez Nutzing, we should.
Yeah.
Culturally, we need to Deez Nutzed Burzum.
And Burzum fans, too.
Yeah. Let's just like, I should just make a shirt that says like Teabag Burzum.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that a lot. Anyways, we also listened to Pike 152.
Carnival Cutouts, released on July 3rd. 2015, just 6 days after Fog Gardens.
6 fucking days.
6 fucking days. This one's cut into 3 tracks. The first one is the titular track. It's pretty cool. It's we got some heavy electronic drums on this now.
We do, yeah. A lot of that that clap snare. A lot more of that
big,
snare.
super like heavily modded wet snare.
It's definitely a wet snare. It's definitely a wet snare. That's what I was thinking when I was listening to it.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%. It's pretty cool though. It's a heavily modded guitar with some really tight electronic drums, lots of shredding with some kind of big fun riffs in between.
Agreed.
Very Buckethead on every level, including a ton of kill switch use. But he's using it way better than he was in the previous, like the very first few Pikes, where he's just, kind of hitting it randomly. He's actually like doing a lot more melodies with the kill switch now.
I agree. I really liked the kill switch work on this particular record. Some of the shredding is really cool on here too. That being said, though, towards the middle of the album, I started to think like this could be so many other Buckethead albums. Like if randomly asked what Pike is this, I'd be like,
right,
right.
Especially, the first and last songs are two like very long, effects heavy, funky alt rockers.
Yeah,
which is a way I can explain roughly half of the music on all of the Pikes, I'd say.
Yes.
In one way or another.
Which isn't to say that that's bad. I mean, that's Buckethead's thing. That's his, his claim to fame.
Right, and especially if he's releasing an album this week, one every 5 or 6 days.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to retread some of the same footpaths.
You're going to go back to the well.
You're going to draw some more water from the same bucket.
Oh. Let's hope it's not a leaky pail or whatever. Isn't that a Pike?
I have no idea.
I don't think it is. Maybe it's a song. I don't know.
Actually, so my favorite song in this album, only 3 tracks, was the shortest middle song.
Yeah.
Water Balloon Filling Station.
Yeah. It's a great song title.
Yeah, it really is. And also, I actually think that could be a soundtrack for a water balloon filling station.
You think so?
I think.
Like, do you think there's a water balloon fight area?
Yeah, but
that's got to make a lot of a mess, though.
Yeah,
like, why would they want to do that?
Yeah, I think so. But what I think they do is like everyone comes like dressed in white, and each team has like a different color of water.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
And then they just get all messy.
But by the end, you're just brown. Because all the colors can mix together.
Or because you shit your pants.
Or because you shit your pants, yeah.
If you shit white pants, it gets all brown.
Yeah.
It gets brown tan. Or if you fill a water balloon with your fucking sloppy diarrhea.
This isn't a Tool show, Britt. Come on. What do you mean? It's disgusting.
You can bring a Tool show anywhere as long as you have diarrhea, Spenser. That's...
Inside each of us is that
shit. I ate some Taco Bell last night and got the mobile Tool show.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, it is.
It is good to do. Yeah, I agree. Everything Britt said.
Yeah,
Pike 153.
No. So it could go to a water balloon filling station.
Yeah,
but where I actually think it goes is it's a very robotic album. He does a lot of robotic stuff on here.
Yeah, I could definitely like picture him like doing nunchucks and playing guitar at the same time while playing these songs.
Yeah,
or doing the robot.
So I think this actually goes in like a kind of Hall of Presidents.
Oh,
Buckethead
a Hall of Buckets.
Yeah, but each one of the presidents, instead of being a president, is just like one of his favorite guitarists shredding hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then like maybe some of his favorite horror movie characters like swinging axes and shit.
That's pretty tight.
People are shredding.
Yeah. It'd be cool to see like a wax museum of like the shit that I'm into. So like, I don't know, like Steve Vai getting like disemboweled by Freddy Krueger or something. Like that'd be tight. I would like that. That's just for me, you know? Or like Crash Bandicoot fucking Spyro.
Oh yeah,
like that would be, but like life size.
Yeah,
that'd be tight.
If they had that, you'd turn it from a wax museum to a wax off museum. Am I right? Hey,
bucket jokes are leaking.
Bucket joke. They always are. That's my life now. My life is a bucket joke, Spenser.
Yeah, it is.
Pike 153 Whisper track released on July 8th, just 5 days after Carnival Cutouts.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. This one split into 4 tracks.
Yes, indeed.
Once again, first track, titular track, as it was on the last 2 albums.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I noticed immediately And I actually was really curious about this, so I checked it out on his Bandcamp as well. The production on this album is significantly quieter than the previous 2 albums. Significantly.
Interesting, like the mastering volume?
Yes, 100%.
I didn't notice with how I was listening to it.
No.
But that's interesting to note.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know why. I'd say like
maybe it just wasn't mastered. Or
that could be it. Yeah. I mean, it was significantly more quiet. Like I had to my music was pretty loud and for the first 2 albums, but then for 153 I actually had to turn up my speakers and volume, and I'm like, what? Really? But yeah, significantly more quiet. But I think a big part of that too maybe is most of the drums on the previous 2 albums were electronic, were very heavily sampled. And this
true,
one has definitely much more like just programmed drums.
Yeah. I thought this one was okay. Like, this one was pretty good. There were like some more moments of like clean-ish guitar and some moments of melody. Yeah. Like, I think that this one starts off really strong. Like, the first song is really good. It's really strong. And I don't think it necessarily stays that strong. It's a little bit more uneven as it goes, but overall not bad. A little bit more diverse than the previous 2, but still like treading kind of the same sort of ground.
So I think the real standout track in here, I would agree, like the second half of the album kind of lacks compared to the first one. Kind of like Fog Gardens, like the first album we listened to this week. Yeah, it definitely... First 2 tracks are the better 2. Second 2 tracks are a little bit weaker. The second track, though, even though it's mostly a shred track, he goes fucking hard. There's a ton of cool guitar tricks in here, including a lot of cool tapping and nubbing. He does some sweeps in this. Yeah. He definitely does some
and
cool
a lot of like
picking.
Cool kill switch stuff and tapping and it's pretty neat. Yeah.
I would definitely recommend like the first 2 minutes of that song, he does like a guitar clinic.
Yeah, it's pretty shred. Yeah, it's some really cool shred, and it's cool to like hear him shred, you know, because like the Pikes we've been listening to lately been like coming from a lot of different places, but not a ton of shred recently. Yeah,
this album is pretty heavy shred though. Yeah. The second half of the album also gets back more into like the electronic drums, like the previous 2 albums, which is fine, but we kind of just experienced all that, and I was kind of liking him switching it up with the programmed drums, and so I was like, oh, it's kind of more of the same. And I'm wondering if maybe this is the point where people think he starts kind of doing a lot of the same thing. Because, you know...
maybe.
I read some places like once you get into the 100s, you know, it kind of starts to blend together. And I don't think that's necessarily been true.
No, I don't think that's necessarily been true either. Like Down in the Bayou like stands out to me. Like
those 2 were awesome.
Those 2 were really cool and good. Yeah. Those were really good records. And I think some of the strongest Pikes, honestly. Yeah. And I think that Buckethead still has some pretty amazing stuff in him. And like I feel like in order to get to that, sometimes he has to make stuff like this. Yeah, 100%. You know? Yeah. And like I have not lost faith. I think that the Pikes are still going strong. So
fair hell enough. Yeah. I thought this would be a good soundtrack to I didn't know what these rides were called, so I had to look them up. But the Lupo Planes.
What?
It's like the it's one of the rides where it's like 2 compartments on either end of like this giant metal girder. Okay. And it spins around like an axis. Okay. Yeah. It's one of those. Okay. An exciting ride.
Tight. And I love an exciting ride.
A ride that makes you barf.
I don't love barfing.
Yeah, well, I do. I'm in a metaphiliac.
Oh, so, okay, funny story. It's a metaphiliac, right? Yeah. So, that was the first thing I ever heard from you, was a song called A Metaphiliac.
There was a DTRM song.
That was that was a song that you made with a previous guest, Scott Thorpe.
A completely lost DTRM song.
It is a lost song, unfortunately. But like when I met Britt on a message board, a local Alaskan music message board, and when he posted with like, you know, the music projects or whatever, one of them was Danny Tanner's Rainbow Militia, which I checked out. And on their MySpace page, the first song I heard was A Metaphiliac. And it was a song about a guy that could only get hard, you know, if he was barfing or getting barfed on or whatever.
Getting puked on. Well, it was based on a God, there was some British magazine that Scott got a copy of. It might have been Vice, like early Vice magazine.
Huh.
But
I didn't know Vice had a magazine.
I don't remember if it was Vice or not. But anyway, it was like a magazine from the early 2000s that was kind of
Wired.
a weird shock magazine that it was only from Britain and you couldn't like get it in the United States unless you got it like, some weird place. So he got a copy of this, and there was an article in there about a guy who was in a metaphiliac, and like he talks about like paying a prostitute, like getting in a tub and paying a sex worker to like puke on him.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hope he tipped well.
I do too. Like, I mean, that's a lot to ask, and like unless like that's your sex work specialty, like that's a lot to ask someone to
that's some really niche speciality if you're going to specialize in that.
Right,
I mean, like, not to say that there's not a market, but
yeah, right.
It's still pretty niche.
I mean, it's not like super niche to like ask for like water sports or anything like that, but like puke is pretty weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's how I met Britt. Anyways.
Yep, we met through a puke fetish. You're welcome.
Let's go on a journey, Britt.
Where to, Spenser?
Bucket Void!
Bucket Void!
Statements from the Bucket Void!
Bucket Void! Oh my God! Hey, we're here! That was so good. We're at the part of the show where we like to, shine a light into some of the filthier parts of the world. And by filthier, I mean fucking YouTube. YouTube's gross. It's dirty. It's terrible. It's filled with garbage and heresy.
Yucky.
We hate to see it, but we love to see it, and because it provides us with, entertainment or something approximating that. Speaking of something approximating entertainment, William Hoggum says
I like that name.
Yeah.
Hoggum
says 1 year ago, I moved 9 months ago, found Bucket 4 months ago. The couple of neighbors I have wouldn't car to listen, so I have several friends back in Milwaukee. They haven't listened to anything. No longer am telling. There's no lyrics. It seems to scar them away. But they're not want to be guitar player like me. Yep. Pretty good.
So was this written by like Frankenstein?
Buckethead, good! Me play guitar!
Friends not understand. Friends not understand Bucket.
Fire bad!
What the
I don't know. I like the writing style. They're not want to be guitar player like me. Like he mentions,
they are not want.
He mentions Milwaukee, so he's definitely like an English speaking person. Like probably. I mean, you can't know for sure, right? You always have English as a second language.
Wisconsin public schools.
They got cheese for brains up there.
Like curds, specifically. That wet cheese. Mm-hmm. Big bag of wet cheese.
Speaking of wet cheese, like there's a fucking girl that I used to work with who I would describe as wet cheese as a personality.
Wow. That's not good.
No, she fucking sucked. But anyways, another friend of mine and I, we like...
She definitely chose the stinky shirt.
Yeah, she was very stinky. But no, she like got a job working at a cheese stand at Fred Meyer like afterward, and she would like post these fucking pictures of herself like looking all shitty like by the cheese, and then be like #curd nerd, and it's so cursed. She sucked. Yikes. Hate to see it. Speaking of hate to see it, Lynn Jacobson says 7 months ago, thank you, Buckethead, for putting your work out here for us all. Every minute you're on my speakers makes my life so fluid, interesting, ambrosial, lively, and can never thank you enough. So grateful. Appreciate all your talent and diversity.
Yeah, that's a nice positive comment. I really like the use of ambrosial.
Yeah, all caps.
That's a
too.
great word.
All caps. Ambrosial, all caps.
I have never even thought about. I use ambrosia every now and again, but ambrosial fucks.
I appreciate that flex. Weird flex, but it's okay.
It's a weird flex. It's like that's something you say like quite ambrosial, and then like fix your ascot. Like, that's an ascot of a fucking word, dude.
It is an ascot of a word. I haven't seen that word in quite some time, and seeing it. I was like, appreciate that, Lynn Jacobson.
Yeah, I mean, no one uses like Ambrose or Ambrosia anymore.
I'm not sure what that means exactly.
Like it's like a delicacy.
Yeah, But what is it?
I don't know.
I know it's a delicacy.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I think it's like a dessert. I think it's one of those things like Turkish delight or some shit.
Oh well, in that case, I love it. I love Turkish delight,
and it's also. I mean, have you ever listened to the band Ambrosia? My dad's really into them.
It sounds like a band.
It's a whole bunch of like session musicians and like session producers. It's like basically like Asia Light.
Nice. Nice.
Not Asia, the Steely Dan album, ASIA, the band who has like dragons on all their shit, who, you know who is the lead guitarist and vocalist for them now?
Oh, I know this, but I forgot it.
None other than the replacement Buckethead, Bumblefoot.
Oh, he's doing vocals for Asia?
Yep.
Like the...
Yeah.
The Asia?
The Asia from the 80s, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And guitar, yeah.
Weird. I think it's good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably a good gig.
Robin Thal or something like that? Or I think that's his name. I don't remember.
I don't know. Have you seen his fucking guitars, though? Have we talked about Bumblefoot's fucking guitars
Are you talking about the one that's shaped like a foot?
Yeah.
That's a cool guitar.
It's not.
It's not.
It's fucked up.
It's a weird... He has a foot fetish, right?
Clearly.
He's the Quentin Tarantino of lead guitar.
Oh my god, he is! Wow!
I mean, yeah, he's good. So a little overproduced.
We need to just grab a screenshot of him playing the foot guitar, and it just says the Quentin Tarantino of guitar playing.
or just like directed by Quentin Tarantino.
That's pretty good. Well, yeah. Bumblefoot. This is not a pro Bumblefoot podcast.
No, we're not necessarily anti-Bumblefoot, but we are not pro Bumblefoot.
Yeah, not pro Bumblefoot. Jose Barroso, 6 years ago, maybe pro Bumblefoot, I'm not sure. He says, "Hi guys, all the Pikes are fabulous. I am more than 40 years old and never buyed music online. I discovered Buckethead music few days ago and I was in shock. No words to describe how I admire his work. First thing I did was listen to his music more and more and more. For the first time I bought an album online. It was Pike 01. I intend to buy them all. The process is very, very easy and can download the album in MP3 high quality or even in FLAC.
Yes,
I choose FLAC to get the best quality.
Cool.
Price is very cheap, and for sure Buckethead will appreciate all the support he can get. God bless."
I mean, FLAC is awesome, but on Bandcamp you can also download, I think, in WAV as well.
You can, yeah. I mean, okay, two reasons I chose this comment. Firstly, I am more than 40 years old. I just really like that statement.
Before I say anything, yes way, Jose. Yes way.
Hell yeah. Secondly, I appreciate a FLAC stan. I'm a FLAC stan. I stand FLAC.
FLAC's cool. As we know, I'm an og dog. I'm a...
FLAC attack, og dogs.
Yeah.
So, it's a life. It's a lifestyle.
I'm a Darth Vorbis, if you will.
Yeah. Your audio codec lifestyle determines your audio codec death style.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
Please play all music at my funeral in lossless, please. Verify all music played is in lossless quality. Please, thank you.
I'm literally just going to play like a random playlist off Shazam for Ed Sheeran.
No, you know what I actually want? I want Darude Sandstorm in a 128 kilobit MP3 played on repeat. Yeah, it just sounds all fucking shitty. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. I just appreciate FLAC. FLAC fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we love to see it.
FLAC is beautiful. FLAC lives matter, baby.
Oh fuck, that's gonna get us kicked off Twitch. Okay. How do you feel about a serious one? Like,
Drop it on me. I don't know.
This isn't funny.
I mean, as long as it's not like a huge bummer about like.
It's not a huge bummer. It's just serious.
Okay, as long as it's not like my dog died or anything.
I think it's just okay. Like,
Just
here's the thing.
It's
a long comment.
Rip off the band.
But I kind of want to read it. I don't know. I think it's an interesting thing to read on a Buckethead comment section. I've never seen a comment like this, which is why I want to draw attention to it.
Okay.
4 years ago, edited, Katie Marigold says, I just wish people would understand what it means to be transgender. Know that if you weren't yourself, you would do anything to become that which you desire and deserve. Why even live if I can't be me? Judgment becomes so stale and tiresome when those who judge harshly know nothing about me or what hell I went through. I dealt with some rough shit that molded me and beat me down. The most beautiful part was I got up and kept trying. Then I changed into what I wanted to be, a woman. No, I don't have ovaries or babies. That one hurts. But damn it all, I can adapt and prove to the world the love a trans woman, just a woman really, can give a child. Again, maybe I wasn't born a woman, but I can take the steps to become as feminine as possible. I lifted weights and got huge. But, sorry, I can't read that. Okay, sorry. But every day I felt amiss and my depression worsened. I wanted to die until I realized, after being clean for years, mind you, that being the woman I am inside was the only way I could be happy. I'm still me. I still jam Buckethead on my guitar. I improvise and write my songs. I work out emotional aggression and attack with words. If we can't see eye to eye, then we can't agree that... Oh, sorry. If we can't see eye to eye, then can't we agree that we both feel things when Buckethead plays its beautiful melodies? That's it?
Honestly, top statement from the Buckethead ever.
Straight up.
That was lovely. And on this podcast, we believe trans women are women.
Yeah.
Trans men are men.
Absolutely.
Transphobia has no place anywhere in the world.
No.
And fuck yeah.
There's a really interesting comment to see in a Buckethead comment section. Yeah. That's why I drew attention to it.
I've never seen anything like that. I appreciate that you brought that to light. Yeah, because you never really see trans visibility at all.
Yeah,
or
especially
really any sort of queer visibility in the Buckethead world.
Yeah, really in like any like super niche subculture, you know, which Buckethead is definitely a super niche subculture.
I mean, depending on the subculture. I mean, there are some like exclusive, like, you know, like computer programming is like 50% trans now.
Yeah, so I don't know. I thought that was really interesting, and an interesting thing that person wanted to get out into the world, and I think that's nice. I'm glad that you seem to be in a good place about that.
Hell yeah!
So
hell yeah,
good on you.
Hell yeah, love it. The B in LGBT stands for Buckethead. In case you didn't know. That's not bisexual erasure or anything.
No. Bisexual head. Yeah. 6 years ago, YouTube user Disembodied says, "That good birthday present you gave me, Buckethead." And then 4 years later, Shape Over Time responds, "Disembodied, this was released on your birthday?" There's no follow-up response.
Oh, really? No follow-up after 4 years? That's surprising.
I just love the distance in time. You know, it's like you see a comment from that long ago, you're like, yes, let's follow up with this person about this thing that was happening to them 6 years ago. They're gonna know.
I mean, it's not quite as good as a couple weeks ago we had a comment where someone said something about like having Buckethead cook dinner for them. And then like sleeping and waking later. Up and came back 2 years later and says, "No homo." and like there was nothing at all, even mildly homoerotic about the initial statement. So I was what?
Yeah. What?
Yep.
YouTube user Alan Ladd says 6 years ago.
He's a good lad.
Yeah. This would have been 2015, so right around the time this Pike came out. He says, "I'm not overly enthusiastic in B-Head's new musical direction." But the way he typed B-Head is B''head:'S. Behead. Behead.
Okay. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, given these 3 albums, I hope it doesn't continue exactly like this. And, in, I think, like 20 or so Pikes from now, we finally get to the 31 days of Halloween, which I know is going to be significantly different from this, but I hope for the next 20 Pikes we don't, we have some diversity. I always hope for diversity.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Especially, going down this road, being forced to listen to this music.
Been a long road.
It has been a long road so far.
It has.
And you know what? Unlike Star Trek Enterprise, we are going to finish this. Okay?
We're going to finish all over these Pikes.
We are going through a temporal war right now, just like in Enterprise, but eventually, once we're done with this plot line, we will actually resolve this in a meaningful way.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Speaking of a long road, YouTube user YarbGreat1 says 6 years ago, I don't know. I mean, I used to like Buckethead a lot, and I still do, but I simply can't keep up with this much material. It's like he wants people to have random flavors he is feeling every week. I mean, Pikes started in 2012. It's 2015, and there are 152. If you divide that by 36 months, that's an average of 4.2 albums a month. It just doesn't feel special anymore to wait for a new Buckethead album to come out. Maybe that's the point, though. Flavor of the week rather than flavor of the year. I'd say fever for the flavor, personally.
Fever for the flavor. So, actually going back to his name, I think it's, instead of Yarb Great One, I think it's supposed to be like a pirate, like, Yarby Great One.
You might be right. Actually,
I think Yar might be right. But
I like the idea of complaining about how many albums Buckethead has back then, because now he's like almost doubled that.
Yeah, and it's weird to be like, I don't like the musical direction he's going, because like he's releasing 4 albums a month, and I only like one of them. Why don't you just like listen to that one then?
No, exactly, right?
It's like why you're going to be pissed about like him releasing so many albums when like your next favorite artist releases one album every 4 years. Like you're actually going to be mad that like Buckethead's only putting out 60 good minutes of material every year.
It's like going to... Okay, we mentioned fucking Cinerama popcorn the other day.
Yeah.
It's like going to Cinerama and getting the mix of the chocolate and the regular popcorn, and then being like upset that you didn't have enough of both of those separately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you're like, I like both of these, but not enough. Or it's like that kind of shit. It's like... or getting like a roll of Starbursts and then being upset that there's only like, a few of the cherry ones because you really like those. It's
right,
like,
but you kind of know what you're going to get if you buy a pack of Starbursts. But
exactly.
Yeah, I think that the thing is like people are expecting extremely consistent quality and diversity out of this breadth of material, and I'm like, no. Like, if you really want to find the good stuff and what you like, you're going to have to wade through all this material.
Yeah.
Because he's putting out so much. I mean, the same with like, if you like Stephen King's writing. Yeah, he puts out bad books, but he puts out a fucking ton of books. So some of them are pretty good.
Yeah, some of them are pretty good.
And so like you gotta want to read and know when something's not for you.
Yeah.
And that's it, Like, if we weren't forced to listen to all these all the way through, there are some I'd be like, I see where this is going, and turn it off 5 minutes through. But that's not the case, and we are forced to listen to all these. So
that's true.
So
yeah,
I will stick with it.
Yeah,
but,
same.
If you think it's not for you, just stop listening.
Yeah, that's chill.
If you're a casual listener, that's what music's all about, is enjoying yourself, not like not being like, I don't know if I like this, and then after a whole half an hour is up, like complaining, like what the fuck are you doing?
It's not a Golden Corral bathroom. You're not being forced by peer pressure from the Abbott brothers to snort another fucking line before you go back and get in the line to get more gravy.
Yeah.
Like, this is not, you know.
Well, at this point, it's just the ghosts of the Abbott brothers that make you do key bumps.
Yeah.
It's like...
True. Well, you're in line for the carving station.
Right.
Yeah, you're like...
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine the Abbott's key for key bumps was like the size of
It was one of those Ford van keys.
Oh no, I was gonna say it was
like Ford Econoline vans
on Magic Hearts. You know, his giant key sword.
Kingdom Hearts. Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts,
Sora from Kingdom Hearts is his keyblade.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh wow, just the idea of fucking Dimebag Darrell Abbott snorting coke off of his keyblade is a really an amazing image, mental image.
R.I.P. Abbott brothers. You're doing rails up in the big Golden Corral men's restroom handicap stall in the sky.
We're never going to stop talking about that until you all think it's as funny as we do.
Yeah, it is. It is the funniest inside joke. So just get with it.
Yeah.
Get with it. All right.
We're just going to wrap things up now with a statement from the Britain Void. And you're not going to play the song. No, you're not. No. You gave up. You gave that up. You know?
I'm still going to edit it in. Still editing it in.
No.
Guess who edits the podcast?
Fuck. I'm going to hack into your computer. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to see what's on your computer. Ugh.
Yeah, you do.
Too much filth.
No, just the right amount of filth.
No, there's definitely too much. I know you.
No, just the right amount. Perfect ratio of filth to non-filth.
For you, maybe. For any other person, too much filth.
Okay, that's why they call me Danny Filth Jr.
It's Daniel Filth. Okay,
sorry.
Get it right.
Yeah.
May 18th, 2019. You texted me and just 8:05 p.m. said, "I'm gonna go watch a Sammy Hagar tribute band at a ribs restaurant in Kirkland. Living my best fucking life up in this."
Yeah, that was really cool. Unfortunately, the Sammy Hagar band wasn't there. It was another band that was like the same guys, but they just did general rock and classic rock covers. So everything from, let's see, I think the most modern song they played was that Franz Ferdinand song.
Oh, Take Me Out?
That's the one.
Yeah. Wow.
And the oldest song they played was they played some Led Zeppelin and stuff. So everything in between, like, you know, the early 70s up until like the early 2000s.
Nice.
No,
so a wide swath of molester music.
Yeah. The thing is, my buddy, whose name I totally am spacing on, he was managing the ribs restaurant, and I knew him. He was a regular customer at my old work, and so he's like, "Yeah, you should come in. I'll comp you a meal or whatever." And so I went.
Nice.
Got some free fish and chips basket that was really good, and then got super smashed.
Nice.
Just super smash bros.
Yeah.
That's what I was. Just one. Super smash brother. Because I do have a brother. So
you do, yeah.
I was a super smashed brother.
Yeah. You were just that one. Yeah.
Just single super smashed person.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Anyways. Oh! We have some voicemails.
We do.
Let's
listen to some voicemails.
We're going to play this. I haven't listened to any of these. I read the transcripts, though, but I haven't actually listened to them. Let's listen to this one.
Hey, this is Jason from California.
What's up?
Talking over Soundgarden Bad Motor Finger.
Sick.
Gonna pick up my son who's 9 years old.
Awesome.
I don't think he likes Buckethead.
Bummer.
I might disown him.
Anyway.
My favorite thing about Buckethead is he likes Michael Jackson.
He does.
Yeah.
I like Michael Jackson.
All right.
Hee.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too,
Thanks.
dog. Appreciate that.
Appreciate you. Rock and roll.
Michael Jackson. There is a very, very talented person who I just don't know what to think about.
Yeah, his pronouns are he/he.
Okay.
On Instagram. That's a real thing.
That is.
Yeah.
So I just don't know how to think about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the fella.
Yeah.
At the same time, I mean, there's questions about what he may or may not have done that could or could not be incredibly despicable.
Yeah. It's so ambiguous after all this time still, which is like...
I mean, even with like the new allegations that are like, I mean, pretty well vetted and stuff, it's still like, there's so many question marks. And the thing is, like, I tend to, unless I have proof to the contrary, I tend to believe victims. And so I haven't listened to Michael Jackson in a while. And I'm actually one of those people where I straight up don't listen to toxic artists like at all.
Me
like
either.
I haven't listened to like David Bowie in quite a while, like a year or two probably. You know. Yeah. It's David Bowie. I love David Bowie.
Yeah.
Or David Bowie's music rather, but it's like I'm not going to support that even though he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's
hard like Dwight D. Eisenhower's rigor mortis cock, dude.
Big old, I mean, he's been dead for 52 years, but...
Was that the dude with the huge dong, or was that...
no, you're thinking of... No.
I think Lyndon Johnson?
Lyndon Baines Johnson. That's the reason they call it a Fat Johnson. Or a Big Johnson.
Wow.
Is because he had a fucking just baby arm of a
and he was like,
he
wanted to show it to people too.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, he did it to like literally big dick other people. Like in order to like kind of intimidate them and like make them uncomfortable, he used to just whip out his massive hog. Which is, I mean, it's a power move.
If you got it, I don't know.
No,
yeah,
don't. If you got it,
I stopped that for a reason. Yeah,
like you can have big dick energy without publicly displaying your big dick. In fact, I feel like that's the opposite of big dick energy. I mean, like the person we know with the largest physical penis
is the worst person
and has the least big dick energy of perhaps anyone I've ever met. But they have
extremely
an
small
enormous,
dick energy,
fucking giant, scary penis.
Such a frightening penis.
Like 9 inches flaccid.
It's awful.
It's like
truly cursed.
Mind-boggling.
Speaking of penises, let's listen to this other voicemail.
All right.
Can I get a booty pic with your panties on and one without them on? Can I also get 3 different pictures of your booty in any position?
Yeah.
Also, can I get just a normal pic of your pussy from the front and one where it's spread a bit open? Can I get a picture of you fingering yourself?
2 of them.
Can I get a picture of you doing a kissing face, but also with your boobs in it?
Oh, okay.
Can I also get a pic of your pussy and ass from behind in one shot?
Yeah.
Can I also get a pic of your full frontal body, just bra and panties?
No.
What?
No bra panties. No bra and panties.
Okay.
So everything but the last one.
All right.
No full body pic, bra and panties.
Okay.
Everything else,
Okay.
Everything else times 2 even, but no full frontal bra and panties opposed to that. Buckethead would not approve.
No.
Buckethead would be like, you know?
Yeah. Probably. Something like that. Yeah, with the karate moves. Anyways, that's all we got. If you want to call us and leave us a voicemail, you can do that. The voicemail number
is 425-310-2416.
Wow. Thanks for knowing that. I didn't know.
Statements from the Bucket
What do you got to recommend this week, Spenser Hodge?
Okay, this week I have to recommend something that so many people recommended last year. It's probably the most talked about video game of last year, but I'm just getting around to playing it. Hades is a game. It's a video game. It's really fucking good. It's a crazy good game. I played a little bit of it on PC when it came out, but it only came out on Nintendo Switch and PC when it came out last year, and I will never buy a Nintendo console. So I played a little bit of it on PC, and then it came out on PS5 recently, so I picked it up, and I've been playing a bunch of it on there, and it's been really good.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a damn good game.
Why won't you ever buy a Nintendo console?
They're just not for me.
Okay.
Yeah, they're focused on things that I am not interested in when I am looking for video games to play.
Fair enough. They are heavily concentrated on accessibility and, I mean, just general gameplay. And
I'm not
replayability.
I don't really have any criticisms of their first party content. I mean, I think their games are fine and great, and like I would play their games if they came to other platforms. My main issue is with their hardware. Their hardware is always like when it comes out, it's always like 3 or 4 years behind where everybody's at. And then they iterate on it for so long. Like the Nintendo Switch, when it came out in 2017, was significantly behind the tech at the time. And now it's 4 years later, and it's still like it's like a dinosaur by this point.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's just like, when I'm interested in video games, like I want it to be pushing the envelope of the tech that is like around at the time, you know?
Right.
And like, I'm interested in being on that edge.
Right. In the same time, like a lot of people use this argument when it came to like early cell phones, like early Samsung versus like early Apple. The Samsungs were way more powerful. You know, stuff has become a lot more even since then, but, you know, the thing is, like, accessibility, ease of use.
Sure. No, and like, all I'm saying is, like, I'm not interested in buying something that is old when it comes out. Like, I'm just not interested in that. Like, it's not for me.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think there is still a lot to be said about, like, you know, the being able to have your games fucking portable, all of them.
Oh, yeah. I would agree. Yeah, that is awesome. Like, portability is rad. But, like, the things, like, my criticisms with it is, like, it's a 720p screen. Like, that's cool, but, like, that's not impressive, you know?
You can, but counterpoint, you can play all of your games while taking a fat shit. And unlike a Tool fan on your couch.
Yeah, they get the plastic on there. Yeah,
it's
so
like
they can just hose it
family.
off. Yeah, they just hose it off when they're done. No, maybe that was a little harsh. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't have anything against Nintendo. It's just like they would have to do something pretty dramatic to get me interested in buying any of their hardware. You know.
And I gotta say, like, the Wii and the Wii U, I think were almost fundamentally different, just based on their control systems.
Yeah,
like the Wii, when that came out, like
it was really cool.
It was really cool,
but it was also old at the time. It was like a PS2 when it came out, and it came out after the 360 was out.
Yeah, at the same time, you know, a lot of stuff they released on there just because of like the functionality of it was just light years better than anything being released on like the PS2 at the time.
It was
like,
more exciting.
Like Super Mario Galaxy, like they took that hardware and they ran with it and made it perfect. Like they made it look like a Class A game on a better system. And, you know, there's something to be said for that. And really, like, where Nintendo shines more than anything is their first-party titles. Yeah. Their first-party exclusives are all phenomenal.
I wouldn't say they're all phenomenal. I mean, but, like, they're
everything...
They have a high degree of quality.
Everything with Mario and Zelda in it is phenomenal.
No, not everything. You're going to tell me, like, Mario fucking Tennis is phenomenal? Like,
dude, Mario Tennis...
The most recent one, people don't like that game.
The original Mario Tennis fucks.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying,
like, not everything.
For years.
Not everything.
And, yeah, there were a couple Mario parties that were like...
Oh, dude, Mario Party sucks. Mario Party sucks.
No, lots of Mario parties rule.
They do not... Have you...
All the N64 Mario Parties...
is the most unfun game of all time. It is the most unfun game ever.
That's because you lose at everything and you're mad.
Well, no. But no, Mario Party is designed to be completely RNG. There's no way to be good at the game. It is completely RNG. You will get fucked for no reason. Yeah, and it's not fun.
It's a faster version of Monopoly.
I thought you were going to say fascist, and I was going to agree with you.
Fascist Monopoly. Yes. Monopoly's already fascist.
Yeah, you want to make it more fascist, and then it becomes fucking Mario Party. That's some fascist-ass shit. Yeah. Anyways, play Hades. It's a good game.
Especially when Waluigi starts talking about the final solution.
Yeah, he would. Yeah. Britt, what you got to recommend?
More wrestling. Here we go.
Okay.
I went to a local wrestling show last week.
Was this a different one or like
totally different one? Yeah.
Like a different promotion?
Yeah.
What?
I went to the
How
SOS,
are there multiple wrestling
last month
events
or earlier this month
that are local? How is there an audience for that?
I've gone to 3 different ones recently, and all of them were packed. Like, wow, packed.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, wrestling is cool. And, like, I mean, it's one of those things, it's like live music. Like, there's a big audience for it, and each wrestler has their own fan base. Like, there's a reason... There's a reason they called the era of 1980s WWE and WWF and WCW wrestling rock and roll wrestling. Is because that's what the culture kind of became, and that's when they started like selling a ton of wrestling merch, and like, you know, Hulk Hogan was a legitimate fucking rock star before he released his album which fucks. And before Metallica asked him to play bass for them, which is a lie he is told, and it's been confirmed that it's a huge lie.
That rules. If Hulk Hogan had played bass for Metallica, I would like Metallica, maybe.
I mean, I'm sure all of their albums would sound something like Injustice for All. Because they just mix out the bass entirely. Yeah. Or Saint Anger, because it would be a non-bassist playing bass.
Yeah.
Although I guess Hulk Hogan was actually in a band for a while as a bassist before he started wrestling. Mm. Yeah. So he's a bassist.
He has bassist energy.
Do you think he's Les Claypool? Do you think he listens to a lot of Primus?
Maybe.
Imagine if his entrance music was a Primus song.
Whoa.
Imagine a wrestler whose entrance music is a Primus song like, oh, my God, are they playing Winona's Big Brown Beaver? That's his entrance music. Like,
that's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's dark.
That is dark.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's good energy.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
What's your recommendation?
Oh, yeah, so I'm recommending DEFY wrestling promotion.
Okay.
Check them out on YouTube if you're anywhere in Seattle, California, or Oregon. They usually tour up and down the coast. They will have a show... Oh, no. Well, after we release this. But they have one in California sometime in October. Check out DEFY. I went there for a show because they were supposed to have... a pretty big wrestler come in to work an indie match, which was really cool. But unfortunately, the wrestler was injured. And so his tag team partner, who is John Moxley, one of the best-known wrestlers in the world, showed up instead for an audience of like 400 people. And it was madness. He put a guy through a plastic table, which I had never seen before. You see people go through wood tables on wrestling all the time. Never seen it done with plastic. That was insane. It was just fabulous.
Okay.
I love wrestling. It's cooler than whatever you like. Get into wrestling.
Okay. All right. Wow, that's a strong pitch from Britt.
Yeah.
We love that. We love an impassioned plea to the audience.
I just did a promo for indie wrestling.
Wow.
Oh, and the best thing was after he won the match...
Does that mean all the dudes like can't get laid because it's indie or whatever?
Nah, indie dudes get laid. They just fuck ugly girls.
Jesus Christ. Whoa. Bucket jokes leaking.
No, the bucket facts are leaking.
Bucket facts.
Great.
Yeah.
We love that. Anyways, speaking of which, is it time for my favorite part of the show?
I think it is.
Ha 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 bucket joke. Ha 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 bucket joke. Ha 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 bucket joke. Ha 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 bucket joke.
Wow. I'm so ready for these bucket jokes.
What do British rockers Oasis and the Columbine shooters have in common?
I don't know.
Well, both are well known for shooting up a little too much in the 90s.
We're definitely kicked off Twitch now.
What's the difference between Kevin Federline and a failing blacksmith?
Deep cut, man. I don't know.
Well, Kevin Federline is still able to get by on his Spears money.
That's pretty good. That's good. Good job.
What does Jimmy Page call the pair of binoculars next to his window?
Oh, fuck. I don't want to know.
The stairway to neighbors.
Whoa, that's a reach, Fritz.
Because he's staring at his underage neighbors,
I get
their daughter, who's 15.
Yeah, he's a creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why was Tommy Lee known as just an average student in school?
I don't know.
Well, he only got a C in hepatitis.
That's amazing.
What do Motley Crue and Maroon 5's Adam Levine's tattoo artist have in common?
This is a deep cut.
Well, none of them should be let near a needle.
Yeah, I love that Adam Levine has that Epiphone tattoo. It's like right here. It's like right under his like armpit, and it's just a headstock of an Epiphone Les Paul.
Yeah,
it's like why would any person get that tattoo? Like what? He looks like he went into a tattoo parlor and was like, I want one of everything. And they're like, what do you mean? It was like, I want one of everything. Cover me in tattoos, please.
Yeah.
Just all of these. These look lovely. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, all right.
Yeah.
And then a week later, he had 1,000 tattoos.
Yeah, and he just like looked up guitar headstock online. He's like, yeah, that one. They're like, you sure you don't want like a Gibson? And he's like, no, that'll break off.
Play authentic. Hashtag play authentic.
Deep bucket joke. What's the difference between red pandas and raccoons?
I don't know.
Well, Eric Clapton didn't say he wanted the red pandas out of England. He said he wanted the coons out of England.
He did say that.
He did.
He's on record.
He is a racist piece of shit.
Yep.
What is Eric Clapton's most lucrative time of year?
I don't know.
Well, the fall, of course.
Fuck. Oh, jeez. That's a Tears in Heaven joke. You got to use that one on 1001 Songs.
What's another name for a truck stop glory hole outside of Twin Falls, Idaho?
I don't know.
Well, pit stop for the Poison reunion tour. Why is Sammy Hagar known as the Red Rocker?
Oh, it's because his dick looks like a dog's dick, isn't it?
Well, it's the color of his penis due to all the sores, yeah. Speaking of Van Halen, how are Van Halen bassist Michael Anthony's bass parts and Questlove's drum parts similar?
I don't know.
Well, they both only play the roots. We're going to close out.
Surely Questlove is on other songs.
He's on a lot of other stuff. Yeah, he's one of the most in-demand.
I was going to say, like, he plays on, like, a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been a longer joke, like, and Questlove's drum parts on the Jimmy Fallon show, but we don't want to give Jimmy Fallon any credit.
Yeah, we don't stand Jimmy Fallon here. We do stand Taxi, starring Jimmy Fallon and Queen Latifah, however.
That's true. I wish he would be Jimmy Falloff. We're going to close it out on this one. What did Janis Joplin and Mr. Hands have in common?
Oh, no.
Well, they both passed away due to too much horse. Speaking of beating a dead horse, this has been Britain.
This has been Spenser. You've been listening to Gettin' Head, a Bucketcast.
Stay greasy, Bucketheads.
And namaste.